What does hustling really means? Because some people say, I'm going to find the next Tesla, I'm going to find that crypto, the next Bitcoin, and I'm going to be rich, I'm going to invest all of my money. Or I'm between jobs and I do some tasks here, some projects there, and they call this hustling. But is that it? That's not hustling, babe. That's I'm unemployed and I don't know what to do with my life. So let me give you the definition. First of all, hustling has nothing to do with big amounts of money. You can hustle with small amounts. It's all about the mindset. And let me tell you what hustling really means. I have done a lot of jobs in my life. And yes, I wasn't a hustler. I used to work for that jobs. I did shitty jobs. I did a lot of jobs that I didn't like because I was always broke. So one of the jobs that I had when I lived in the Netherlands for 2 years, I used to be a food delivery person for a year. So I used to deliver food on a bike. So it was a difficult job, but believe it or not, it was one of the best jobs that I've ever done in my life. Although it seems a crappy job, for me, it was just freedom because I have difficulty in working with other people. I have difficulty in talking to other people and I have difficulty in following orders. I don't want to be told what to do. So being a delivery person was actually a good job for me because the orders were assigned through an app. So you wouldn't have to talk to a person. It was an algorithm that assigned the order. But that's another point. Let's get this out of the way and let's go back to hustling real quick. So as you can understand, I had a fixed income. I used to make 10 euros and 50 cents per hour. And that was fixed. You couldn't make more than that. So hustling has nothing to do with this job, right? You could be like, how can you hustle when you do a job, a crappy job, like a delivery food job? You get a fixed wage. That's all it is. And let me tell you how I hustled even with that low paying job. So although it's not a thing in Europe, not just in the Netherlands, but in Europe in general, the tipping culture is not a thing. At least it wasn't a few years ago. Nowadays, it starts becoming more mainstream and people tip more often and more frequently. So I noticed throughout this year that people didn't tip, which I find really bad, let's say, because someone delivers your food on a bike on a rainy day in that cold weather and you don't tip. That's another thing. I'm not gonna talk about it right now. So I noticed that on average, the tips that I got from that job, it was 1 out of 10. Out of 10 orders, 1 person tipped. So I was like, how can I leverage that? Because if I can leverage that, if I can get 4 people to tip out of 10 or even 5 or even more, then I will increase my income, although it's a fixed wage. Like I can get more out of the customers this way. So that is hustling, like having to do the same work in the same amount of time and make more money without having to do anything extra, like without having to spend more time or more energy or more money. So this is what I did. I asked a simple question, and this is how I increased my income. My income increased by 40%, and this compound, it adds up like every single month. I used to make more. It wasn't a lot, but that's what hustling really means, like to get something out of something that is fixed. So let me get back to the question, what the question was. It was a very kind and polite. I made sure that I delivered the question in a polite way because I asked for something that was extra. So after I delivered the food, I was always very nice and polite with the customers. After I delivered the food warm and on time, I asked this simple question. Hey sir, would you be so kind to tip me? Or would you like to tip me? Would you like to leave a tip on the app? Or something like that. Like I remember the book from Abraham Hicks, Ask and It Is Given. If you want money, ask for it. And it's all about a mindset. As I said in the beginning, it's all about mindset because some people would feel shy, would feel, oh, why would I have to ask for a tip? It's inappropriate. Am I a beggar? Like some people find it, and I feel that's a limiting belief because money is all about limiting beliefs. And by the time I understood that, my life changed because ask for it. If you're embarrassed to ask about what you deserve, because I felt I deserved that, that. I got the food as fast as possible on a bike under difficult circumstances in that freezing cold, and I believed that I deserved a tip. So I simply asked for it. And most people say, oh yeah, sure. Like 90% of people that I asked were very happy to tip me. They were like, of course, yes, how do I do that? They would either give me cash or leave a tip on the app. Some people slammed the door at me. Some people got angry. Yes, I had that 10% or 5% of people that said no, or they were angry, but I expected that, I anticipated that, and I was like, okay, I was nice again, okay, have a nice day, and I continued. So if you feel bad, it's all about limiting beliefs. If you feel bad asking for money, that stops you, that limits you. Why do you feel bad asking for money? Why? Because you've been told that only beggars ask for money and it's inappropriate. No, you should always ask for money. If you want to make more, ask for it. It was that simple.